You guys, what a day, what a day. Oh god, it's raining so much. At least I get some curls, eh? Nah, but this is really... Ooh. There we go. How are you today? Woo! Almost made it. It's a bit over 3 and I'm just back from school. And I walked for quite some time to get this, but I'm so excited. So I'll try this out and hopefully it will work and won't be too heavy. Yeah, it's not the best day today, and I'm so tired, like I might just take a nap. Get this off. So, hi, good morning. How are you all? Try to put it on now, so I just want to show you outside. Just look at this. Such a great day, hey? Such a great day. Look at the flowers. Aren't they beautiful? You can't really see them, but they're pink. I might as well get something to eat. I'm not really sure what to get yet, but probably just make a stir fry or yeah, something. But first I'll try the thingy. So that was a fail. Apparently I need to get this. Oops, it's not lightning. Apparently I need to get one of these that fits my camera, and I can't even hold my camera up straight, it's so heavy. But this is way too big, so I need to get one of these. That thingy, yeah. So, and I didn't have it at the store, and I didn't know that I actually needed it to fit the camera. I just thought it was easier to use it. But I'll try to find it and look online and see where I can buy it. So that's a bit annoying, but hey, last goal was on lunchtime. So this is what I found, and I'll probably make a stir fry. Some champignons, red onion, fennel, some ecological red kidney beans, a green onion, and I'll probably make some kind of dressing or mush on the top, and maybe make some rice and quinoa next to this. Yeah. So this is my favorite to have on. This is just mashed avocado, and then it's spiced with rosemary, sage, red pepper, and I will add some salt and pepper. And then I also add a bit of some oat milk just to make it a bit more creamier. And it's the best topping for everything. I add this to almost every meal I make now if I have avocado. And all you need is just like a tiny bit of oat milk, like you can see here, and then just mash it around, and it turns into this super mushy, creamy. And 20 minutes later, this is what I ended up with. So it's a mix of brown rice and red quinoa, and then this is the stir fry with the things I showed you earlier. And I also added some sweet corn, and I spiced it up with onion, paprika, cumin, a bit of agave, so it kind of tastes a bit like taco. And then I added this super yummy, creamy topping of avocado. I just put a wash in, and I guess that's one of the cons of living in a collegium, that the washer is almost always full. I don't even know how many people share 4 washing machines. But on rainy days I figured that people don't want to go outside of the comfort of their homes, even though it's just like not even a block away, like it's just in a different department. People tend to not wash, so I always try to use that. And now I'm just enjoying a cup of tea. I'm having the Puka cleanse with a bit of agave, and I will just enjoy my book for like half an hour till the wash is done. And this is something I really enjoy doing. Like, just going back to bed and relaxing a bit after dinner and before I need to start schoolwork, like just to take some time for myself. And right now I'm reading Men's Search for Meaning, and I haven't gotten that far yet, but it seems like a really good book. And it's about this guy that survived a Nazi death camp, and how he kept his psyche up in there. Even in those horrible circumstances, you can always keep your positivity and your will to live. And I find it really interesting that it's just a matter of willingness to be happy and to be grateful. So I hope I'll learn a lot from this. I'm just having a late night snack of some chocolate. I eat chocolate almost every day. And this is just so yummy. It's Vivian Ecuador's, the one with chili. It's so spicy as well, so you just need a little bite and you're done. And it's so good and good. I'm just sitting and reading. It's late already, and I'm looking at an article on minimalism, and I figure out that in a way I guess I am a minimalist, and cutting out extra stuff you don't need, stuff that will hold you down or will give you bad memories or have some kind of affection around it that gives you nostalgia that isn't good or necessarily good, even though you think it is. But if you get rid of it, you will feel lighter and it will be better in general. And when you consume new stuff, it's also about buying what you need, and not necessarily just because it's beautiful or it's pretty. It needs to have a purpose, and it needs to be needed. Or it can also just be because of the looks, but then it needs to serve another purpose as well. And I find it really good, because it says here that you will feel a stronger sense of self and figuring out what's actually important for you, and close off or get rid of even friends and stuff that are just holding you back, basically. I can really feel that now. I'm soon moving and I got so much stuff and it really stresses me out. I know I have to rent a room to store all my stuff, but I'm thinking about also getting rid of a lot that I don't necessarily use, or of course getting rid, I will of course give it to some kind of charity, or maybe even sell some of the stuff if it's good enough. But and this article kind of just gave me more inspiration to control my buying, and I also try to consume less so I don't waste as much. But in times it's really hard. If you see something that's beautiful, or you want a piece of clothing that you not necessarily need but looks nice on you, you want it. But it's also thinking about it and learn to have self-control and to just have another thought about it, and realizing that it might not matter. Even though you get this piece, it wouldn't change anything. It wouldn't make you feel better about yourself or make other people feel better about you. It's just psychological, and it's not going to relieve anything and change your personality. So it's all about detaching from that emotional, psychological attachment to a specific piece of clothing or furniture or friend or people you know, or anything in life. Sometimes it's even feelings that you need to find a way to detach yourself from, to move on and to move forward. Because at least for me, that's the only way. In a way, I kind of feel like a shark. If you drag a shark backwards, or if a shark even stops, it will die. It always needs to move forward. Even when it sleeps, it always moves forward. Otherwise, it will actually drown. And I can see myself in that. And I think it's really important to figure out what works for you. And I'm still learning about myself, and I'm still trying to figure out what's the best for me. But minimalism is definitely a step for a more meaningful life, I believe. And using my money on the stuff I really want to use my money on, and stuff that actually means something for me, and not just because the society believe you should wear a piece of clothing or have this and this style now because that's what's in. If that doesn't fit you, just skip it, don't do it. Like, what's the deal? Yeah, I'll just have another cup of tea and then I will go to bed and do some more of the reading in my book. So take care and be true to yourself.